Hey, today I want to talk about double standards and consistency within relationships. And I'm trying to figure out and understand what the problem is with being consistent with your actions when you first meet someone until even 6 months, a year down the line, just being inconsistent in the way you communicate with one another. I'll start with the consistency first. When you meet someone and you exchange information, get insight on each other, and you treat them a certain way, in case you did not know, they tend to start to expect that because they are getting used to your actions. So if you send a good morning text on a regular basis, and again, maybe not every day, but on a regular basis, the women, or I'll say woman because I don't know about the guy, but the woman usually becomes used to the good morning text. If you usually call in the evening to see how her day went, 6 months later, and she still expects you to ask her how her day was. Guys tend to usually fall off really early with their actions. The things they do, and when brought up in conversation, they come really confrontational with the female that's asking the question, well, what's going on? Why have the calls stopped or slowed down tremendously? Why do we not spend time together as much as we used to, if at all, and we are in a relationship? Why do you not return or reply to my text messages at some point in the day when I know that you have your phone all day with you? And at some point you have made a phone call or posted a post or took a picture and posted it on Instagram, and you could not reply to my text message. Those things are so irritating, and it can be avoided if you simply take a couple of seconds out of your time, because unfortunately we realize that people make time for what and who they want to make time for. The things they do and the way they change, they are responsible for their own actions. So you know you're changing. You know that you are not spending time with your girlfriend. You know that time is the most valuable thing in a relationship. Now, life happens and things come up. That's understandable, but you cannot excuse me, because they're loud next door, so I have to come in here. But you cannot be upset when you are questioned or it's a concern because of your behavior changes. The attention that you used to give is expected. Now, again, you may not get to be as available, and that's understandable. But this is where communication comes in. Guys are terrible with this. Every female that I know have went through the no call, no answer, no reply. But guys expect the opposite. It's going to be an issue if you never respond to them. If you feel as though that your feelings are changing, I feel as though, what is wrong with communicating that to your partner? Because to be on the receiving end of your changes and your mood swings and your double standards, you are going to, at some point in your life, be treated the way you treat people. And it is so easy to just be honest. It's so easy to stay on the same page with your mate. But what makes a relationship is time. It doesn't matter how many times you go out. It doesn't matter how many gifts you buy someone. It doesn't matter, monetary. It doesn't matter. Time is the most valuable. Time is the thing that allows you to grow. Time is how you get to know someone. So if you are in a relationship and you have not seen your mate for a month or two, I think you need to reevaluate, and maybe you're the only one in the relationship. Because at this point, when I started to make these videos, I said I would be honest. And so I have honestly been in a relationship that I didn't know that I was the only one in. And not because I made up something in my mind. It was because I ignored the signs. I was a secret. And I was the only one making the effort. Again, in the beginning, I was getting phone calls, text messages, going out, spending quality time together. Then all of a sudden, it's already bad enough that you assume that we don't know that when you turn your phone upside down, which I've seen, there's no reason for that usually. And it's usually because, messages pop up with names. So usually the guy either have his phone on silent, in his pocket, or face down if it's in vision, if it's visible. I know that it's many things that go on that women may discuss amongst each other but not necessarily point out to you. But at this point, you should know we are not blind. We simply pick and choose our battles. So I tell you, pick and choose your battles. I know that I deserve so much, and I have received nothing in reference to being treated like the woman that I am. As far as the double standards are concerned, ladies, it's just the way it is. I mean, I think it was like this before we were even here. Men cannot dish out what they give out, meaning we can be lied to, cheated on, oh my gosh, they can get caught, and they are expecting you to forgive them. They are expecting you to be emotional. If you, in turn, was the woman who got caught with another guy, you are not getting a second chance. You are damaged goods at that point, and men don't handle that well, especially if they actually cared about you. Now, if they didn't care about you, they can really care less. I mean, some can pretend to put on the act of caring, but I'm learning that a person can actually fool you by their actions and by their words. So I've just decided to see how it goes. I don't go by your actions. I don't go by your words. I go by whatever happens in the time that we know each other. And if everything goes well, then great. But I am no longer having expectations of what I think is going to happen or should be by what you say or do. Because people can fool you doing both. And you say, oh, well, he actually does show up. And yeah, he might show up in the beginning. That changes. And For the life of me, what I can't understand is this, and I'm about to sum it up.